See you later, man.
Yeah, have a nice
Oh, yeah, you too. Alright, what is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning back in. If you're clicking on one of these videos for the first time, I appreciate you. My name is Chris. I resell full-time in Portland, Oregon. I primarily sell clothing and shoes on eBay from places such as thrift stores and mostly the Goodwill outlet. I go by Nevertheless Success on YouTube, which is basically just a mindset that means succeed no matter the obstacle. Rolling in the family minivan today. As you can see, all of the car seats in the back. We're actually going to Crater Lake tomorrow for my son's 6th birthday. We've been in Oregon for like 6 years now. Never made our way down there. So I figured I would go to the Goodwill outlet, hopefully find a few items, and then there's some things I need to take care of in the van afterwards. So let's go. Got a pair of these Nike Air Jordan, looks like fleece joggers right here. Pretty good shape for the most part. I'm guessing somewhere at least like probably 30 on these right here. It's like the retail store on it like $10 on like this. It's like a prana, like a turtleneck long sleeve. Should be worth a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
Resume assistance, interview tips, and practice. Get started.
Looks like just got like this Nike Air, like a fleece hoodie jacket for kids. Don't pick up a ton of kids' clothes, but I mean something like this you can still get like 15, maybe like $20 for it. So I mean only pay like less than $1 for it here. I mean definitely worth picking up in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it.
And you know it, please don't leave me, girl.
Looks like you got this Nike Oregon Duck. I believe this is like a Kenyon Barner. I believe he was the last notable person to wear this number right here. He did play in the NFL with the Eagles for a few years, I believe. This one does have like a stain on the front. Well, I can get that out, but it is like a medium. And so that's definitely my size, so I may end up like just adding this one right here to my massive Oregon Duck collection. These kind of look like Lululemon leggings, but I guess they're just like the knockoffs. They look pretty similar and even feel pretty similar. I like a Nike Gym Vintage full zip hoodie for women, a women's medium. Find this kind of stuff here all the time, so it should be an easy pickup. Maybe like $25. I like this Columbia fleece jacket for men. It's a bigger size, which always tend to sell a little bit better. Pretty good shape. Just need to maybe get some of the hair off of it. Like you got these Nike shorts at the retail store, one at like $8 for. Would easily cost probably like less than 50 cents here. And probably somewhere like 15, 20 bucks. Got like another Gym Vintage find. Looks like these are just like the capris. Is missing the drawstring. Pretty easy fix though. Bigger size, a women's large. So it should be like less than $1 here. Should be able to get like 25 for them once I put the drawstring in them. Or once my wife puts the drawstring in them. pair of these Eddie Bauer shorts. Looks like they're a women's size 6. Super selective with Eddie Bauer stuff. I normally just pick up the stuff that I know sells pretty quick. With summer being here, these shorts should bring in 15-20 bucks pretty easily. So I'm gonna grab them. I like these Nike leggings right here. I always like picking up like the Nike stuff that's like the newer styles, because people tend to like those a little bit better. As I always say, you can always tell because a lot of the newer stuff has like letters in front of the numbers. And it's a pretty average size, I guess, a women's medium. So these should work out pretty good. We got a pair of Crocs here. Need to be cleaned up a bit, but once you do that, should be able to get 15-20 bucks for them. Not a whole lot of shoes in here today, though. So here's the second one to the, looks like the Adidas slide. I just sold a pair of these for like 20 bucks last week, so we're ready to get something close to that right here. Alrighty, y'all, so here is today's take. Got the Adidas slides right here. Should bring in like 20-25 bucks. Got the Crocs to be cleaned up. We got like the Eddie Bauer shorts, the gym vintage stuff, the hoodie and the capris. Got like those Jordan fleece pants, Columbia fleece jacket. And then we got like that Oregon Duck jersey right here. Then like the kids fleece jacket, and then I think we ended up with like 2 pair of like Nike, like the Nike tights here, and then like the Nike shorts, and then the Prana turtleneck. Alrighty, y'all, so in and out trip for the most part inside of the outlet. Got out of there super cheap, only spent like 12 bucks and probably got like 12 to 15 items, so somewhere around like $1 item, which you definitely can't beat. Definitely not going to find anything cheaper than the outlet around Portland. And a lot of times, like when you come to the outlet like 4 or 5 times a week, you just got to be careful with what you pick up, because you can end up with like a ton of items throughout the course of the week, and then it really starts to tear into where you can actually put all that stuff at. So when I come in here, I'm looking for stuff that I know that sells right away, or it has like a pretty good sale rate, or even sometimes finding like personal stuff, like for instance that Oregon Duck jersey. But you can't beat anytime you can go somewhere and spend like $1 per item, especially with thrift stores basically going through the roof as far as prices, not necessarily just here in Portland but all over the country. So I'll take that right there all day long. Alrighty, y'all, so that was Goodwill Gresham, and I stopped over here because I've been hot over here lately. I think the last 2 trips I've had like quite a bit of luck. The last trip I think I came up on like 3 pair of shoes, including those Converse Dr. J's, but definitely not the case today. Kind of sifted through the shoes, nothing really in there. I mean, just basic generic Nikes that are overpriced at like 20 and 25 bucks. Went through the leggings. I did find like a pair of like Lululemon leggings, but of course these weren't mispriced. I think they were like 20 bucks. But towards the end, I did find just a pair of these Calia Carrie Underwood tights here. I mean, they were $7.99, but the red tag this week is actually the 50% off. So these only cost like 4 bucks right here. And nothing special, but on these right here, basically can make like 30 bucks on them. So just a little bit more to move the ball a little bit further down the field.
The next day.
Alrighty, y'all, so I'm in Central Point, Oregon, which is basically right next to Medford, Southern Oregon. We're actually heading to Crater Lake tomorrow, but there's a Goodwill like literally like less than a mile from our hotel. So you know me, I gotta check it out. Under Armour basketball at 15. Man, even basics are like 16.
Discount, you got it.
Almost 11. Basically like $10
Would you like
some
that
Nike
next to your dollar
slides.
today? Sure.
These like some Cody's.
I just like, I have love with this shoes.
You got the Nike Free Fly Net at what?
Are you ready, hon?
Like 13. You probably can get like somewhere dropping them between like 50 and 60 for these. So we'll go ahead and pick them up.
We need that extra person. We can't do it, two of us by ourselves. Really tough.
I really can't complain. Everything been straight. I've been on the wave. But everything I say turn into the real thing. I tell her run it up, cause you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the slums, the words on the page. Everything been straight. I've been on the wave. But everything I'm saying turn into the real thing. I've been living like I'm famous. Like I don't show my face, unless I'm jumping on the stage. Like I'm living in a daydream.
Alrighty, y'all, so I'm down at the Goodwill outlet in Medford down in Southern Oregon. Doesn't really appear to be a big location. It's like 10 or 15 minutes to open. There's only maybe 7 or 8 cars in the parking lot. And usually at our outlet, I mean, sometimes even up to an hour before they're open, there's always people standing in line. But that's not the case here, so just kind of see what that really means. But anyway, we've already visited Crater Lake, and it definitely lived up to the hype. We came down with our mother-in-law, so right now her and my wife are back at the hotel packing up. And this was a place that I actually had circled to visit before we went back to Portland. So we'll go ahead and check this out, and then afterwards we'll be heading back. So let's go in here and see what they got. These Nike shorts with a ton of like snags on them. And man, this location is extremely small. There's only like one row of clothing, so we'll just kind of wait and see. Fila jacket, kind of beat up. And man, they still want it like almost like 11 for it. Got some LuLaRoe, and man, you can't even give this stuff away these days. Like some Under Armour Capri, but it looks like it's missing the logo. And a small size. Old Navy. Don't really have any shoes in here. These are all kind of just jumbled in with hard goods. second one to it, but nowhere to be found, of course. Like the bones on these Asics are pretty good. They're just extremely dirty, but I mean, I've definitely seen worse. Bottoms are still good. I think once you kind of put these in the washer and clean them up, you probably can make a little bit of money on these right here. So I think I'm gonna grab these right here just to help support the Goodwill mission. Alrighty, y'all, so not a dang thing in there for the most part, and it's kind of funny. On my way out, I heard, it seems like probably a couple of regulars walking in, and I heard one of the guys say maybe that he would break his streak of not finding anything in there today, and it was pretty rough for the most part. Not really a big location, only like 8 or 9 bins of clothing, which is more in particular what I normally look for at the bins. They did have some hard goods and stuff, but I mean, just everything just kind of jumbled up. On these Asics right here, I figured I would help support the Goodwill mission by picking these up. I do think I can make money on them though. Just sold a pair of these on this trip right here for like 40 bucks. I know they look really dirty, I mean, but I got like all the tips and tricks to get shoes cleaned up, so won't be too much of a hassle there. And same thing here, probably can get like 40 bucks for them. And you just get really spoiled shopping at the Goodwill bins in Portland, because I mean, I shop at other places just because I like to kind of browse around and see what's out there. But in Portland, if you were just to shop at the outlets alone, you can do more than fine if you were a full-timer. But out here, I know there's people in Medford that resell probably full-time for a living, and it don't seem like they probably shop at the bins. They probably have their other spots that they find their inventory. But for the most part, it was a nice experience to shop at a different location, but definitely tough sledding in there.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.